All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Shane Eachus back alongside Aaron Ortega. We're all set for our third and final game of the evening. This one featuring Millenium, your first-place team, the reigning champs, and Werner coach coming in at 1-6, looking to perhaps dethrone them in what would certainly be the upset of the year in the Pro-Am here thus far. So certainly we could see some highlights in this one. A lot of athleticism on the floor, but I'll tell you what, Aaron, Werner coach has a very tall mountain to climb if they're to overcome Millenium here tonight.
They really do. Millenium, as you said, Shane, probably the favorite to win it again this year, defending champions last year. Absolutely dismantled Friends Central earlier this week, 104-80, and that was without three of their best players. So a very, very talented squad yet again this year. Got to be the favorite going forward.
Yeah, what would you say are the keys for Millenium to do that, to keep on moving forward, to improve to 7-1 here tonight?
Just keep doing exactly what you've been doing. You've been playing a great team game no matter who you have show up. As we said, missed their three best players, John Salmons, Tashid Carr, and Sean Colson against Friends Central. Still came out with a 24-point win. Keep playing that team game that's been so effective for you so far, and the rest should fall into place. You should be just fine going for that. Key two, run a lot. You are a team that is unbelievable in transition. Their outlet passes to each other are always on the money, it seems. Very few turnovers in transition. Very, tight team. Not a sloppy team at all. Just keep doing that, and you're a much more athletic team, I think, than Werner coach. Take advantage of that and get out and run as much as you possibly can. Key three, do not let Werner coach hang around. Put them away very early. We saw in that game against Omega Medical and KLM that Omega Medical gave KLM that little bit of a glimmer of hope, so to speak, and then Nate Edwards took over, leading KLM to a victory. If you're Millenium, just put Werner coach away as soon as you can. Do what you've been doing. Once you get that lead, they're one of the best teams at playing with the lead and building on it throughout the course of the game. Almost never relinquish it, expecting more of the same from them if they can get that lead. But you got to put them away and don't give them any kind of hope.
Yeah, you've got to imagine Werner coach, a team that is hungry for a victory. You mentioned they are 1-6. That one victory came on the heels of a forfeit by Omega Medical earlier this year when they were unable to all show for the game. So Werner coach hasn't technically picked up a victory in competition yet. You've got to imagine that they're going to be looking for one here, and if they're allowed to hang around, they could prove to be deadly for Millenium. What would you say are the keys for Werner coach to come out here and really pull off the upset of the year so far?
Yeah, the biggest thing for them, I think, in this game is going to be getting back defensively. We talked just before now about how good Millenium is in transition. If you're Werner coach, you've got to have guys get back on defense. You can't be lazy and watch your shots go up. As soon as the shot's up, back on defense, try to slow Millenium down and keep them in a half-court set where they're a little bit less effective. Key two, do not turn the ball over. This is one of the best teams in Millenium at applying pressure on the ball, getting steals, forcing turnovers. You cannot give Millenium extra offensive possessions. You have to get good looks at the basket and take care of the basketball. And key three, Werner coach is plain and simple going to have to outwork Millenium in this game. They're not as talented, but they are probably a little bit deeper. So if they can continue working hard, you take advantage of their subs, get fresh legs, and continue just working 100% the entire game, they might find themselves in a close game late on.
Yeah, you mentioned depth. You don't necessarily mean depth in terms of talent of the guys on the bench, just the sheer
numbers,
number.
Yeah.
They may be able to overwhelm Millenium if they can really come out there and work tonight. And those young guys do have a tendency in this league to come out and prove in the Pro-Am that hustle can win basketball games. So we will see going forward here if Werner coach can pull off the seemingly impossible here tonight. We've got Werner coach and Millenium coming just ahead. Stay tuned.